And today we were going to talk about a concept called borrowed functioning, which doesn't sound exciting when I say a concept called borrowed functioning.
Yeah. Well, okay, so a lot of people are familiar with the idea of overfunctioning,
Uh-huh.
which I think is just a form of borrowed functioning. Do you agree with that?
Mhm. That's a good way to say that. What are you thinking when you say that, how it's similar?
So the idea behind borrowed functioning, as I understand it, is that um, it's like instead of cleaning up your side of the street and letting your partner deal with their side of the street, you are doing things that make it less clear what is really happening on each side. And so you're doing things that make you look better than you are or make your partner look better than they are. And what you're not doing is settling yourself down and dealing with what's really going on.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that trying to make ourselves look better than our partner is sort of like the key part because we want to be better and we might do that by putting them down, um, sort of positioning ourselves in a one-up position. And we can only feel good about ourselves. I'm saying feel good about ourselves, but we can only sort of superficially feel good about ourselves if our partner is one down, if they're less than, if we're better than, and that has a massive impact on relationships when we put
Mhm.
ourselves in that dynamic, that one-up position.
Well, I think some people do it the other way too, where they only really feel safe if they're in a one down.
Hmm.
And so they're actually playing down their own abilities and capacity because they don't want the exposure of being out front, sticking their neck out, taking
Hmm.
a risk. And so I think it could happen either direction, but it's kind of like instead of taking your position as peers in this and dealing with like we're two limited people, then you turn it into you're better at this, so you should do it, or I know better, so you should do what I want, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yes, so you have the under functioners, so the over and the under. But you're pretty much saying that the purpose is it feels safe. It feels like this is familiar. This is what makes me valuable and good. So I'm valuable and good if I'm the one who makes the most money in the relationship and I maybe need to be the one who makes more money. So
Hmm.
I need my partner to make less money. Or I'm only valuable and good if I make less money because then my partner feels like they're important. And then all the responsibility is not on me, or there's less responsibility for me to contribute financially, so I have
Hmm.
less anxiety.
Yeah, and maybe I learned that it's my job to make someone else feel important and competent,
Mhm.
and that that's what I have to do to stay close to somebody.
Is there someone you can think of without giving any identifying information that that is in this kind of borrowed functioning? They only have a self through their partner being less than or better than them.
Mhm. Trying to think of a good example. I mean, a lot of marriages struggle when partners change position. And so there could be something like I've seen this play out where there's a couple where maybe he's got a high-powered career and she's home with the kids. And then as the kids get older and she starts working and making money, it can actually threaten the system
Yeah.
when if especially if she starts to match or outpace his earning, which
Hmm.
I've seen happen, it can really threaten the system because they've got some identity level stuff going on about like she's the better parent, he's the better income earner, and all of these things are up in the air suddenly that they're no longer supported by how the system is functioning. And then you have to deal with does he feel like he has anything to contribute? Does he feel good about himself or feel like he's got something to contribute if she doesn't need him in the same way anymore? And
Hmm.
does she feel like she's able to give him any space as a parent, and let him have any real input on the parenting, and not just hold on to that indefinitely because she used to be the primary parent. So I've seen it play out in that way.